Hey, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. Appreciate everyone tuning in on this Tuesday to listen to myself, Garati Joseph, your local real estate agent here in the South Florida market. I'm just here to provide facts and information on what's going on in the real estate world, whether it's a commercial or residential side. I'm just here to inform, not to influence. I like to keep it short and simple, go over a couple of articles that I believe is relevant to know what's going on here in the South Florida market when it comes to real estate. So let's go ahead and jump into a couple of articles that I feel is worth kind of knowing and staying on top of here in this market. So this particular article right here is about PMI. PMI standing for private mortgage insurance. It's amazing the number of clients I come across and have relationships with, the ones that are in a position where they're not able to put more than 20% down, and they find themselves having that conversation with their loan officers. And this particular article is talking about homeowners should understand private mortgage insurance. PMI is often overlooked by buyers, so they need to be aware of the potential costs that come with putting less than 20% down. What is PMI? Private mortgage insurance protects the lender if the borrower defaults on the mortgage. Basically, if you find yourself not making payments on your mortgage, if the borrower cannot put a minimum of 20% down payment on a conventional home loan, the lender will require them to pay PMI. And PMI is literally an insurance policy, you can say, where if you do find yourself not being able to make your mortgage payments and unfortunately forced to go through the foreclosure process, the bank will basically just use that insurance policy to make the difference or the loss that they're going to go through when going through the foreclosure process with you. Biggest takeaway from this particular article: there are certain ways where you can avoid paying PMI. Whether you can actually, if you are a veteran, you can actually take out a VA loan, which it does not require private mortgage insurance. Or you could reach out to some of the local home buyer assistance programs in your local city. Or you can actually do an 80-10-10 loan, which basically it's a strategy to avoid PMI involving getting an 80-10-10 loan where the borrower puts down 10% down, takes out a 10% home equity line of credit, and uses that to satisfy the 20% down payment requirement. Now, biggest takeaway from this article is mainly, hey, work with your loan officer to see what options you have to actually prevent yourself paying your private mortgage insurance, because that is an additional cost to your mortgage itself that you'll be paying every month until you at least have more than 20% equity in your home. So this is a good article. All right. Next article I want to kind of go over is the 7 Florida cities that dominated 2020 U.S. growth. There are 7 Florida locals dominated the 2023 U-Haul Growth Index, indicating the Sunshine State continues to be a sought-after destination. Our 7 Florida locals dominated the 2023 U-Haul Growth Index, indicating the Sunshine State continues to be a sought-after destination. All right, so 7 regions of Florida led the highest number of one-way U-Haul moves in 2023, underscoring the Sunshine State's continued allure and appeal. The U-Haul Growth Index found Florida represented about 28% of the top 25 growth cities. So this list right here showed 25 cities where they saw a high number of one to these particular cities throughout the country, and out of the 25, we had about 7 actual cities in Florida that made the top 25. One of them being Palm Bay, Melbourne, being number one, Ocala being number two, number 4 being Sarasota, Bradenton, number 11 being Kissimmee, St. Cloud, number 12 and being Panama City Beach, number 13 being Northport, and number 20 being Lakeland. So one thing I like to tell people, obviously I live in the South Florida market, but Florida being a large enough state where there are plenty of, I like to say, places where affordable to live in Florida, and you still get that year-round South Florida weather in other parts throughout the state. So, just be mindful of that. I know a number of people that live in the Lakeland area along the Ocala area, which is a little slower pace compared to South Florida, but the cost of living is way more affordable. So, all right, so let's go ahead and jump into this last article that stood out to me. All right, this article right here is Florida lawmakers began the 2024 session. More than 1,600 bills have been filed on topics that include citizen property insurance, flood disclosure and HOA rules. Not all bills will make it to discussion. Florida lawmakers are expecting to kick off the 24 legislative session today, taking a deeper dive into issues vital to Florida property owners and realtors. So I'm just going to kind of highlight a couple of the bills that's on the table for them to discuss during the session. One that stands out to me is the business tax rent. Previous legislators worked to lower the state sales tax on commercial leases, which was once 6%, but currently stands at 4.5%, and will drop to 2% in 2024. Many Florida businesses feel the pinch from the tax, particularly since local governments often add local options taxes on top. Small businesses, which make up about 90% of all Florida employers, are often disproportionately impacted by the tax because they are more likely to rent their location. Florida realtors want lawmakers to support legislation and budget initiatives that would further reduce and eventually eliminate the tax. So the fact that they have about 1,600, in this case, the Florida session that's going on, 1,600 bills on the table for discussion and topic is huge in this state. I'm looking forward to see exactly which ones actually get pushed through and finalized and approved by the governor. Because ultimately, we know that Florida is a pretty business friendly state, but we also understand that real estate is a big part of the business transactions that goes on here throughout the state. So we'll see where this goes. So with all that being said, I appreciate you guys taking time out your day on this Tuesday to listen to me. As always, stay informed and not influenced. And until next time, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.